Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Stellar Blade demo is out, and there's a whole bunch of nonsense going around on the interwebs about it, from the over-sexualization of the character to is this all there is to the game? And IGN France came out and ran their mouth, and, well, they decided to maybe backpedal on it. Their original article from IGN France described the protagonist, Eve, as a doll, sexualized by someone who has never seen a woman. They've attempted to come out and apologize for it after insulting gamers, but that's all we seem to be getting, especially on Twitter, insulting the 50 coomers. But never underestimate IGN's ability to double down on their foolishness, because now IGN France editor-in-chief Erwin Lafleuriel implies Eve's design in Stellar Blade is killing women and accuses gamers of becoming too fragile due to being fed the patriarchy. We're fragile? Are you? This is serious. Let's see what this has to say. IGN editor-in-chief Erwin Lafleuriel. Okay, blah, blah. Too fragile. You're repeating. John. Stop it. Just stop it. As brought to public attention by former World of Warcraft team leader Mark Kern, in a now-deleted comment on IGN France's Stellar Blade preview, Lafleuriel, who also happens to be the author of Fallout: A Tale of Mutation, responded to, why are you promoting all her nonsense? Okay. Responded to a comment made by a user who stated, quote, "It's a shame that women also like this character design." Why is that a problem? Why is that a surprise? Women like fit women. Men, I mean, no homo. Haven't heard that statement in a while, have you? Sorry, I snorted. Men like to see fit men on the screen because they admire the athleticism. We want to be like them. I want to be as strong like them, be as attractive as them. Women look at women in video games and movies the same way. Maybe, I don't know if maybe as sexually as men do, but yeah, they're out there. Ladies, lesbians, love you all. It's a shame that women also like the character design. Guys who are afraid of hypersexualization. Who's afraid? Oh, wait. Oh, you're talking about the people criticizing Eve's design. They're the ones afraid of hypersexualization, as if it were dirty. Long live Neo-Puritans. Okay. She said that? Long live Neo-Puritans. Oh, okay. This was a comment made by someone else that she's responding to. It's a shame that women also like this character design. I'm confused. We're going to move on. Huh? Guys who are afraid of hypersexualization as if it were dirty. Long live Neo-Puritans. Okay. As translated by X-user Topek899 and shared to X by Kern, Lafleuriel responded, quote, "Yes, no problem. Go tell that to the women who are hit." Oh, good Lord. We're going to bring the real world into a video game critique. Hit, killed, denigrated, or who committed that because they cannot live up to the fictional standards expected by men. The standards that were set upon women, I don't know. I mean, in general, men don't care what you look like as long as you're not a twat. Don't act like a twat, and you'll find somebody. And this idea that if you're taking yourself out of the equation because you feel like you can't live up to fictional standards expected by men, we don't expect that. We don't. Sorry, it's make-believe. It's a video game. It's make-believe. Stop reading Cosmopolitan. Stop reading all those women's magazines that put forth the unreal expectations of what you should and shouldn't look like. Just do your best to be healthy, maybe, and go with that. He continued, quote, "The problem is not the sexy he's a guy. Hold on, did I make a mistake here? Erwin. Oh, my bad. Thought it was a woman. Oh, it's a soy boy. Okay. He continued, "The problem is not the sexy design itself." Yes, it seems to be, because that's what everyone is spurging out about. "Except that it sucks compared to others." Well, stop making ugly protagonists. Stop making ugly female protagonists in your games, and you'll have everything to compare it to. But hey, that doesn't matter. Matters to you. Matters to you. And it matters to us because honestly, I'm not really interested in playing a video game where I have to look at the hideous face of a Fable character all day long. I'm not going to play that game unless it is fitting to the setting. In World of Warcraft, I primarily played a female Forsaken mage just because. My warrior, my Forsaken warrior, that was a male. Because, hey, in my little fucking monkey brain, it just kind of fit. Okay? And I like the Forsaken. I like the undead characters. Anyway. Where was I? Obviously, we understand that this does not shock people. I skipped a bunch of shit. The problem is not the sexy design, but the percentage of males who will only want this type of fictional body in reality. And if you think that's what's happening, would that be considered gaslighting, trying to make people believe that this is actually a real idea? Do you honestly believe that men are playing a video game and thinking, yes, I expect all my women that are attracted to me to look exactly like Eve? Those are unicorns. They're lovely. They're wonderful. They are out there, but that's unless you win the jackpot. I mean, if you win the lottery, they'll be flocking to you, but they're going to want you for the wrong reasons. But I digress. Men don't think that. They don't. In my entire existence on this planet, it's my half a century. Fuck, I'm old. On this planet, I've never thought that. I don't expect all women to look like that. I expect women to not be a twat to me. Twatty. Oh, brother. Obviously, we understand that this does not shock people who think that women are objects who must obey or be... What? Oh my goodness, can you tell it? Holy crap, this design makes us sigh and roll our eyes. Your comments make me groan and roll my eyes like a goddamn slot machine. Holy hell. And we laugh at anyone who needs it, man or woman, but that's it. Oh, you misogynist pig. You're laughing at women who find Eve attractive? You the filthy, naughty boy. How dare you? How dare you? Lafluriel concluded the certain clashing remark in the the certainly clashing remark in the text, which targets the entire creative process, not necessarily a specific designer or game director. This is obvious. Good Lord, you're like Movie Bob. Would you run on sentences? The certainly clashing remark in the text only has this impact because a good portion of gamers have become too fragile due to being fed the patriarchy. Oh my goodness. So not only if you have a different opinion, so here's where we are in the grand scheme of entertainment now. If you criticize a black female lead in a movie, a TV show, or whatever, let's use Reva because that's my favorite example. Trash character, poorly written, poorly directed, don't know anything about Moses Ingram's ability to act. But if you criticize that character in any way, shape, or form, or if you criticize Obi-Wan as a TV show, regardless of even mentioning Reva or Moses Ingram, you are immediately stamped as a racist and a misogynist. The same thing happened with Captain Marvel and the Marvels afterwards. You're a filthy, stinking misogynist who doesn't want strong female characters in the lead roles. When the last thing you're criticizing is their performance. The rest of the movie, as far as the Marvels goes, was trash. But as far as Reva goes, yeah, criticizing the character. The character. Not Moses Ingram. The character of Reva in Obi-Wan was Shiite. But if you do that, if you criticize that in any way, shape, or form in a negative fashion, you are immediately branded as a racist. That's where we are. If you criticize the Marvels, you are a misogynist. If you criticize any sort of race change, gender swap, or anything, you are a bigot, you're an istophobe, nonstop. And now, if all you want is the main character, the protagonist, to be attractive, I mean, the jiggle physics on Eve are a bonus for sure, but if you just want them to be attractive when you play a game, you are now being fed the patriarchy. You are a filthy, nasty human being with expectations that all women in the world must look like this. That's a pretty hefty proclamation with absolutely nothing to back it up. But what else is new? And of course, Grums has his little, he has his receipts. If you want to go check him out, go follow Grums. That's his, Twitter is his hangout. That's where he wanna go, where everybody knows his name. I'm not going to sing that. I'm not going to sing during a video. The translation of LaFleur's response via DeepL reads, yes, no problem. Tell that to the women. Oh, we're going to... Okay, you just repeated yourself? We're not going to talk about this. Those who self-delete to claim that a video game is going to do that is absolutely astronomical. Comment comes in the wake of IGN France's Ben Osala criticizing the design of Eve. Now, on this part, people talk about this article and that, oh, the rest of the article praises the game and the mechanics and the world and blah, blah, blah. However, when you make one bad take, which is an exceptionally bad take, an exceptionally bad criticism, trying to claim that Eve is just bland and looks like it was a sex doll designed by someone who's never seen a woman, never been with a woman. That is a massive insinuation, utterly false, that would have taken you 5 seconds to find out if it was true or not, maybe not put it in the article, especially considering the room that you're putting that article out into. Trying to defend the article because 90% of it is fantastic. It's praise. Well, 10% of it was a steaming pile of Triceratops poo-poo. So the rest of your words mean absolutely nothing to a good portion of people, good portion of gamers who are going to look at you, point, and laugh. You said something so astronomically stupid, it disqualifies the rest of your article. My opinion, my concern, I do not expect anyone to follow the same. But the result is not really a success. It's not new. Oh, here we go. A doll sexualized by someone. Oh, this is the edit. This is the edit that they put in, and it does not make it any better. A doll sexualized by someone you would think has never seen a woman. That's still utterly insulting. And trying to claim Bayonetta stands out as an iconic character design, or 2B from Nier Automata inspires an entire generation of cosplayers. In case you hadn't noticed, everyone other than me, every other article about this reminds them that when Bayonetta came out, you got the same responses like this. Overly sexualized Coomer design for the main protagonist that the only reason people are playing is to check out her assets. Same thing with 2B on Nier Automata. Nothing more than an overly sexualized, especially considering the look of 2B. Looks rather almost, what's the word? Lolly? It's a dangerous word to say, but you know what I'm talking about. Criticized for that. And yet now you expect people to forget the nonsense that you put out. But, sorry, it's not going to work this time. Say stupid shit, win stupid prizes. The last line would be edited for clarity, because us stupid English people don't know what the hell you're saying. This edit does not make it any better. The last sentence was slightly edited for French-speaking people pretending not to understand what we meant, and English-speaking mob who Google translated the initial text. So, let's follow up. This is what happens so often, more often than not. You say something stupid. Happens across the entire entertainment industry, where you said something stupid, you get called out on your stupidity. You attempt to apologize, to edit it to save face, while at the same time using a lovely little backhanded comment to insult the people you want to come to your website to read your trash articles. Constantly insulting the fan base that you're supposed to be catering to, IGN, whether it's France or the West or wherever this website is based. And we'll include Kotaku and Polygon, websites that are supposed to be dedicated to talking about video games in one way, shape, or form. When you say something stupid, you get called out on it, you get criticized. And you turn around and you insult the people criticizing you, call in whatever way, shape, or form is current. Whatever NPC firmware update you got that week, whether it's, you're racist, you're a misogynist, you're an istophobe, you're a bigot. Let's not get into the insulting rain. They're the ones insulting us. We're just bringing everything out into the sunlight, the greatest disinfectant there is. IGN has since issued an apology, which means fuck all. I'll say that. Apologies for nonsense like this would be okay and probably more well received if this wasn't a constant thing. Every time we turn around, any sort of criticism, again, I keep repeating myself, any sort of criticism levied towards game A, B, television show over here, something on Disney Plus, on Hulu, something that came out at the theater that people just don't like. Poor pacing, poor writing, poor acting, the visual effects were shit. Oh, all of a sudden, you just don't like it because you don't like XYZ. You're a bigot, you're an istophobe. Everyone's getting tired of it. The normies are waking up to it. The gamers are absolutely not going to put up with this kind of bullshit because, as has been mentioned before, they just won't buy your game, and they'll go digging through the hundreds upon hundreds of games in their backlog that they bought on sale and didn't play before. The worst part is IGN threw France under the bus with this one. This is the funny one. Please note IGN France is an independent branch of IGN, and the IGN's editorial staff had nothing to do with the incident. Man, throwing your own company on under the bus. It's in, I mean, well, it is France, so. The original text of Celebrate preview contained comments that were out of place. No shit. Do we even care about this apology? Anyone at Shipped Up? Oh, please. We're apologizing to you, Shipped Up, because we need those early release codes. Please don't block us like Nintendo did. Please don't block us. To claim good old Erwin LaFluriel. Your job is becoming more and more meaningless. Your words insignificant, inconsequential because of how astronomically stupid they are. But you make your own decision. You judge for yourself. Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike. I appreciate you making it this far. Do all those nifty little things that YouTube is begging you to do, and I hope to see you on the next one.